Okay, welcome back. This is part 5 of my Deity Civilization 5 series as France. Woohoo! Alright. Sorry, just checking the time there. Okay. So, where do we leave off? Well, as we remember, we got a unit from Valletta, this catapult here, and we'll give it Barrage 1. That's cool. And then they want us to find another natural wonder. The Shoshone and Polynesia have signed a research agreement. We don't like that. And we've finished this crossbowman, which will also give a rough terrain bonus. And we'll place over in this grassland for the flanking bonus. Potentially, I could move each of these back one tile, but I'll keep as much vision on Mos and Connie as possible. Mos and Connie, of course, still at some point I would like to take this city of Mos and Connie, and Tamoic to start, I think. But getting to that point, well, we'll see how we do that. I'm not so experienced, I would say, in that regard. So, okay. We've finished a composite bowman. Let's knock a university out while we have the chance. Could think about building one more military unit, which isn't a bad idea. We are producing already negative gold per turn, but we can't worry about that if you don't have an empire. You know, all things considered, right now I have 3 composite bowmen. I would honestly like one more. I know I'd love a university right now. I wonder if the turn just rolled over too. That's probably why. Let's see what what we've got going. I think so. Man, a university in 10 turns is hard to pass up. Let's tentatively select that. I might change my mind. And we can continue this way. That's what I was hoping. Hey, come on. Oh, we met Ormus. Okay, so there's Ormus. And you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm thinking I might want to bring my archer back and get some vision right here on Tamoic while I have open borders. I'd love to continue scouting, but I think that might be the more pressing matter, is gaining some vision on Tamoic. So, now our trireme here has reached we've reached ice that blocks us off from accessing any more territory over here. So we need to start turning back, and so let's do that, and we'll want to do that before our open borders with Austria runs out. The sooner I can stop paying them gold per turn, the better. So, okay, let's continue our road here. Let's see, he's got 1 turn. We can actually complete that, and that should give us a movement point, I think. Like that, and then, yep, we can go, start a road. And this catapult I'm going to bring towards Orleans. Let's see, this caravan, yeah, we'll continue to feed Paris food. We have 3 happiness currently, so Paris right now is plus 27 food. That's pretty wild, I think. And I even saw in the playback to my last video that I missed a trade with Catherine where I could have traded her incense for marble, which which Troyes, for example, wants as a luxury. Also, that reminds me that Paris wants citrus, and I've thought about settling a city right here. Ooh, they settled over there. That's okay. I didn't really expect that I would get that. We might want to think for territorial purposes and also for gaining a luxury to settle on that citrus. You know, I'm never sure. So, I shouldn't say never sure, but often I'm not. So we met Ormus, and Ethiopia is protecting them. So, workboat, just kind of getting myself reacquainted here with my empire. Making sure that we've got all of our... Okay, let's, for example, right there, can I move this to work any other tile right now? 1 turn till growth. yeah, I mean, we'll see how it affects it on the next turn, but I think for at least one turn we can probably... You know what? That's a pretty heavy micromanagement, and I think, do we have an aqueduct in Paris? No. Okay. I can get down with that. I can get, how much, 7 turns? I'll save a turn. I'll save a turn. We gotta do everything we can do. I know it's a little bit much, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. Let me just kind of get acquainted here. Okay, good. Alright, next turn. That first turn always takes a second, and then I'll get in my rhythm. So we've discovered guilds. The leaders of that, they want Wittenberg bullied. Culture is what Brussels wants, and you know, these are all just, I'm sure anyone watching is an experienced Civ player, but these are culture for 30 turns, or faith for 30 turns, or science for 30 turns. Influence to Mombasa has decayed to where we're no longer friends. I wonder what kind of city-state they are. I've kind of taken these for granted. Maritime, okay. And also Valletta. Whoop, oh, I don't know what I just clicked. Dang it. Shoot, that was a darn misclick. Yikes. And I can't save scum when I do that. So hopefully that was just my scout then, right? Let's spacebar him. I want to bring my archer back. Probably do my troop movements first, maybe, before clicking around, you know? I have to think about that. And we'll put our catapult in the city center there. Let me just check. See what I could have done. Reconstructing a road. Okay, what are you doing? You don't have any... See, I probably moved him somewhere. And what are you doing? Constructing a farm. Finish the farm. Okay. Very good. Alright. And we need now... Okay. To decide... let's go ahead and go chivalry so we can get our chateaus. We're France, right? That's what we want. Shaka has entered the Renaissance, so we're just still pretty behind scientifically, but we're working our way. Also, I should mention, in addition, that we have a spy in Honolulu, which will hopefully steal a technology. Ooh, we don't want to move. Don't want to misclick that. Don't want to go crazy, right? Ooh, that was scary. They have an enemy on one of their tiles. And this is Honolulu, or spying. They're making, for example, 64 science. And we're making 51 in Paris, 53 now, so just to demonstrate the difference between what they're making and what we're making. Next turn. Yeah, no, man, he's up in the ante as far as what he'll give for open borders, but we're just not going to do it. We're not going to allow him any access to this part. He is definitely the biggest danger to our empire currently. Okay, so we finished a farm with that worker. So I kind of messed up on what I was doing here. Finish that road. First, let's take care of our workers. And then we'll decide with the scout. Pretty much improved all the tiles there are to improve here in Orleans. So let's go ahead and move this worker down. Fortify our catapult in the city center. This worker, well, I can probably bring him to this tile in one turn, maybe. Nope. So that was just a silly misclick. Last turn to... where are we going to put... we could improve the wheat. Oh, there's already a worker on the wheat. Silly me. And I'm waiting for chateaus, although I won't be able to build a chateau in this tile. So what to do with this tile? Well, you know, I've struggled sometimes. when it comes to desert tiles, and it's like, is it a waste to just build a farm by instinct instead? When is it good to build a trading post? However, in this city, it just seems to me like the more food that we can possibly get, the better. At the same time, we will have this sheep soon. We'll have this fish. We'll have this hill. We'll have other tiles to work way before this one food desert tile, right? So maybe you make it into a trading post, and then when you get those social policies and rationalism, you can actually use them for science and gold. I don't know, something to think about. I'm gonna make, and also in this case, they're the same amount of turns. You know what? I don't see any other tiles to immediately improve here. Although, you know what? I do want to bring them. I suppose actually a more efficient use of this worker is to bring them down to tours and improve the tiles down there. That is probably the more efficient. And, you know, even though I'm losing gold per turn, I need to buy this fish. Look at that. And it's already 4 food, 1 production. And now, well, I'll go back to select tiles. Troy's. And you can see now I believe 5 food and 1 production. So that's great. Why do I have 2 unemployed citizens? Well, let's employ them. My bad. My bad, citizens. That is pretty bad, you know. You don't want to have unemployed citizens. So I guess you get production out of them, but which I do occasionally use. But there we go. That's more like it. The city definitely needs a workshop. It's very low on production right now. I suppose that's what we should build. That seems right. So let me just kind of take a look one more time at what we're doing here. Yeah, I think this is just kind of the way it's got to be. I don't see anything better right now, but that'll change. All right, I need to move this scout. Where are we gonna move this scout? Oh, okay. We do need open borders from Russia, but I can't afford it. We'll set him there for a turn and basically delay our decision. Kind of do want to see there, and then we'll go back. Take our trireme back home. So I think now we've kind of. I thought we had kind of connected. I think we have. Yep. I kind of thought this might complete our, circle around the world. I want that marble as well.
Grüß Gott.
I need to get my economy fixed. Our happiness is getting lower, so we've got some things to think about here. Silver, in fact, we're probably unhappy with the end of that trade. Let's now. Is that see, watches that marble now not be available. It always goes like that. It always happens like that. Maybe not though. Oh, but that's right. She's already got a copy of what I'd like to trade. Kamehameha has pearls that, which I could trade incense for. And pearls are kind of a hard resource to get. Let's see what's around me here. Pearls, huh? I might want to trade a little bit with Kamehameha. Although, you know what? I like to stay on the good side of Catherine, as I'm hoping she will attack Pocateo. You know what? I would like to continue this trade with Catherine. I think that's quite fine. Okay. We're trespassing in Byblos. No, I definitely, need to change that. That's not good. I've probably been doing that for, well, at least 1 turn. I just don't have the gold per turn to get, so we got to get out of there for now. Figure out what we're going to do with that scout. Bring that archer back for real now. Got to stop messing around. And this worker, Oh yeah, okay. I had a purpose for this worker. I know I did. Oh yeah, I think it's to bring them. Gosh dang, what was I'm sorry. I should know better, right? What am I doing with my worker? What is he doing? Well, this guy, he can go here and start on a road. Alright, I know that. And then this guy here, we want to grab this incense. That would be good. And then this guy here will bring to the plains tile to improve. That's going to get us some more growth in tours. So let's do that. You know? Well, here, I'll stop that auto movement. Okay. Did I already read these? Yeah, well, I know that one I did because I was trespassing. We're no longer friends with Mombasa. We're no longer friends with Valletta. Maria Teresa has completed Globe Theater. So, you know, that wasn't our best turn. Not everything goes your way. Okay, we have a garden. A garden's good because we'll get plus 25%. And we also got happiness from that garden. We want to put that garden to use pretty much as quickly as possible. But we also want, in fact, we will do that by getting a university. We have the opportunity to build one. Let's do it. I do want to settle on that citrus, I think. I want that territory. But when you have the opportunity to build a university, I think you take it. And if we have to deal with a city there later, we will. We might be able to build a settler out of Lyon. Okay, this is looking fine. And next turn. I had something on my mind. Petra was built. So I definitely could have built Petra, but I'm glad that I didn't. Because look, now I'm going to build a university in 10 turns. Get that done. That's going to be ultimately more, I think, important to getting me caught up to where, to the other civilizations, right? So, let's see, he's working on the road to bring you over to the incense, start a plantation. Here, I want to go back because I want to move all my workers on kind of the same turn. Just keep my head organized, you know? Gotta go there for the planes. Okay. This scout, where can I bring you? These are all, there's so many troops here, you know? And I don't want to step in the Singapore territory. I think I can go there. Okay, and we're gonna continue to, oh, and look, there's a ship in the way. They're just, oh, you could go here. Yeah, we can go here, scout a little bit more of this territory, perhaps. Oh, of course, we have plenty of units. Hopefully we can uncover a little bit of that fog on our way back home. And maybe use some roads to help that archer get back home. A workshop is done. Okay, this is interesting. So do we want to build a settler? Do we want to build a settler and settle this city to get this citrus? This city would give us 3 fish, assuming we can get it before Brazil. And Brazil might not like that. What I like about it is that the territory gained. Of course, it means you only have 1, 2, 3 really workable tiles, right? That's what's tough with these kind of heavy water maps. Settling those islands like that. You know, again, we will get citrus from it as a luxury resource. We have some fish. It'll take a while to get those fish, and like I said, there's a good chance, although that fish is not even in Brazilia's reach. And didn't one of these guys want citrus? Yeah, Cahokia, who's mercantile. I'm really tempted to settle that city. I just don't know if it's the right thing to do or not, you know, but I think we're gonna do it, and then we'll build a university. So we can now starve this city. Oh, turn on manual specialist control. Paris has grown. Paris is growing very fast. See, and yeah, we'll really want that university. and we need to improve this. Wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of things, you know, really. But right now we don't need to use any of those growth tiles. That's the point, really. We don't. We can even add one to the workshop. And that will settler in 7. We could work this incense, still a settler in 7, and then this is 1 unemployed. And just put them on the fish so you don't forget. Still 7 turns, and then that way we can take this unemployed citizen and work this farm tile to maximize our growth. Yep, and that does give us an extra turn there, so I like that. All of that looks good to me. And we finish, yeah, we've got our workers down there. I think that's good. I hope settling that city, you know, I don't know if it's the right thing. It's also going to take a long time to get our settler over there. I think there's a route via, there must be, since I used a trireme to get by it, so it will be curious. Iron to Kamehameha, I need to continue that trade for now. At least for, oh, he doesn't want it anymore. At least for one more round. Let's try with, maybe I could give it to Russia. She can use it to beat down on the Shoshone. Oh, she doesn't want it either, and I don't want to sell it to the Shoshone. Even though it's actually not bad, because when they build units needing iron and you've sold them iron, and then they declare war, they no longer have access to the iron. Okay, here. Let's skip this already, though. Let's see if he wants it. Maybe he does. Yep, he does. Okay. Hopefully that'll improve our diplomatic relations. Polynesia and Brazil have now signed a research agreement, so it's tough to keep up. We need a granary now in Tours. Okay. And this unit can start working on the plains here. Okay, and this scout will move out this way. Try to find a way out of there, basically. Go here. And, yeah. There's no reason to tick off if we're not in their territory. I guess we can stay for one turn. Although, I'd like to get my archer home as soon as possible. Let's take that tile, now that I think about it. Same with our trireme. Hopefully we can get the heck out of here, you know? Let's see. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna have to tick off Manila for a turn as well. But we gotta get our guys home now. Gotta bring the boys back home. You know, I could think about deleting them, but I think they still could be useful, so I'm not ready to do that yet. Okay. Shaka, yes, I will definitely continue this trade with you. Certainly. Okay, so a couple of things. City connection established. And as you can see, it hasn't helped our negative gold per turn. And that's, I think, because of the low population of tours, I think is how that works. That's okay, though. I did it for the happiness that you get from the Liberty policy that gives you happiness with city connections. Our declaration of friendship with Russia has run its course, and I would like to renew that with them. Yes, very good. Okay, so we've continued our declaration of friendship with them. Selling iron. Do any city-states have an iron quest? I don't see one, so we want to continue to sell gold per turn. And actually, now that I think about it, that is probably the reason for the loss of gold per turn and not the city connection, which makes me think maybe it's... Oh, she doesn't want it. It's dictated by your capital's population, but I should really find out instead of just talking out of my butt. There, Shaka wants it. Go declare war on someone, Shaka, so we can get rid of those. We were trespassing in Hopefully we can now get out of and bring this scout over here, use it to to scout these lands. That's what I would like to do. And then we'll take our archer. Oh, I wanted to, yeah, here. Actually, boom. Cool, and we're past Kilimanjaro that way. Can't remember if he already did or not. I think he actually I think he did. Let's get our trireme back. And nice that tile was open. Okay, this farm is done. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This farm is not done. That's an oasis. The road is done, however. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's go ahead and improve the mine. Get some more production in coolers. We'll get a plantation next turn. Now, I've been thinking about this. What to do with this social policy. So, at least 3 of them really appeal to me. Patronage would, but I just have the feeling that I'm not going to get Forbidden Palace this game. I think I'm too far behind scientifically for that to be realistic. So I don't believe I'll use... And I also think that I will only have time for 1 social policy before we get to the Renaissance. I'm going to go, I think... Well, I don't even know what I'm going to do after Chivalry, although I was thinking perhaps acoustics. It kind of depends on if I could... Let's see what our steel is like with... this will be curious as well, what we steal, if we do steal a technology from the Polynesians. So, with that said, I don't think that patronage is going to be a strong tree for me this game. Honor sounds fun because I do plan to go to war. However, if I can only adopt 1 policy from honor, the barbarian encampment isn't going to help me. That bonus isn't in same for Statue of Zeus, which has already been built, and gaining culture for clearing encampments. PD, I don't have a religion. My faith is pathetic thus far this game. So that leaves exploration, commerce, and aesthetics. Exploration is interesting. You get +3 production in coastal cities, +1 happiness for harbor, lighthouse, seaport, all things that I plan to build, +1 gold for those things. I mean, that is very appealing, but again, my biggest concern is that I'm not going to have any policies to realistically put into these other trees. So that leaves commerce or aesthetics. Aesthetics is very appealing to me because of the 25% bonus to great writers, artists, and musicians. It does unlock building Uffizi. I believe Uffizi is... It's a hotkey for technologies, this one. Uffizi is up here. Where does Uffizi... It could be... Maybe it's closer. I very rarely go into... it's in architecture. I should also see what the other civilizations have taken. Patronage, honor... Haile Selassie already has 3 in aesthetics, so and also remember that we have Pedro in the game. Yes, I believe commerce is the best choice here. It's in some ways the most boring choice, but it's safe, and that's probably why it's boring. So, commerce. Adopting commerce will boost gold output in your capital by 25%, and it unlocks building Big Ben. And then there are other bonuses as you continue down the commerce tree, which are all really nice. And it's kind of like if I had a policy to spare in the social policy tree in between medieval and Renaissance, I would put it on wagon trains. The +2 gold from all your trade routes is land trade routes, and maintenance paid on roads and railroads reduced by 50%. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me with that explanation, assuming you did. And we're building a settler in this good old city. That's fun. I wonder if I'm doing the right thing. We have a citizen here. I guess, yep, you'll just work that tile for now. Okay, we've discovered chivalry, and Singapore has completed its project. It no longer needs gold. Okay, so we have completed chivalry, and now that really brings the question. So actually, I was wondering to myself, 11 turns. Let me just take a look. Still 34 turns to our next policy, so we're fine. I was kind of wondering, do you get a notification if you're the first civilization to meet all the other civilizations? I don't know. It's bothering me that, and I looked it up, but I just can't find an answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for machinery. I want to get to printing press, so machinery, physics, and then we'll get into the Renaissance through printing press, and we'll see. Unless we steal a technology from Kamehameha, and then we'll see. See, now I am getting +4 gold, which isn't very much. I suppose I should take the opportunity now to scout Ethiopia while my scout is sitting right there. So as much as I hate to continue to spend this gold, ooh, I could give him a lump sum. That's cool. I think, what was it though? If we were friends, I'll give it to you for, let's try 40. I think it was 50 that worked, but let's just see. Yeah, I think 50 will work. There we go. Cool. That's nice. Alright, that saves you 10 gold per turn. And we're getting positive gold now because we unlocked the commerce tree. I think the commerce tree is very helpful. Ooh, and I don't have open borders with the Zulu anymore. Or did I ever? This trireme's life may be about done. We'll think about it. I think the next turn maybe, yeah. Oh, we also have the ability now to construct chateaus, which is really nice, and I would like to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of production in this city if I were to use this hill for a chateau. I really would like to use the French unique ability as much as possible, but I'm not sure if it's really in my best interest to build a chateau there. Granted, we have this stone and these 2 mines, but it's going to be quite a while, I think, until this city expands to those 2 mine tiles. So because I already have my worker here, at the same time I could save. No, you know what? Gotta build a mine. I was just thinking I could save it for later, but I really want to start using the production from that tile as soon as possible. Oh, that's my archer. Whoopsie. That's okay. That was silly. I was being a little absent-minded. Ooh, let's see if we've completed this. If we can complete this incense, and then if we can, which we can, and then see if we can trade it away to someone. Maybe someone would want to do a 1-for-1. Oh, he probably already has. Oh no, he doesn't. So let's trade it for pearls. Fantastic, and that's more happiness and a luxury trade with Polynesia. We do have really fantastic diplomatic relationships currently in this game. I hope that continues and that I didn't just jinx myself, you know. Okay, that farm will be nice for tours. It needs the growth. Ethiopia and Polynesia are now friends. Ragusa no longer needs investors. The World Congress was formed, so somebody has met everybody. Ethiopia, and they discovered printing press. You know, I thought I was doing so good too as far as scouting goes, but I guess I wasn't. We have enough faith to finally purchase. I wonder what it is that we can purchase. Oh, probably a pre-industrial land unit, or just missionaries and inquisitors. Okay. Yippee. Okay, now what technology? So Augustine has been promoted from a recruit to an agent, and that's because he stole a technology, so we'll take a look at that. Ragusa no longer has a gold project. Ethiopia and Polynesia are friends. We need to make a proposal for the World Congress, and we can steal a technology. So what I was hoping for was compass, which we got, but I also need... Oh, but you know what we want to do probably? We probably want to enter... Is there a rush? That's my question. Is there a rush to enter the Renaissance? For any other I guess you get city-state bonuses, and also really this does require the most science. So while I was hoping for compass in a way, because it's going to take me a while to research this technology, I guess it makes the most logical sense to take the technology that costs the most, I would guess. So I'm going to take banking, which puts us in the Renaissance. Okay, cool. And then it's my turn to make a proposal. You know, I'm somewhat out of practice in making proposals to the World Congress. In the last few games I've played, I've actually not even had the opportunity to make proposals. So let's see. Ethiopia has 2 delegates, and the rest of us have 1. What are we gonna do, guys? I want World's Fair. It's just I don't even have the production to even have a chance at winning World's Fair. But maybe by the time it comes around, I will. It's also something that nets me more diplomatic modifiers. Yeah, believe me, I love World's Fair. I want to do World's Fair, but I often find that if you delay it by 1 proposal, it can work out better in your favor if it's a little bit later in the game. At the same time, you know what? We're here right now. The other one I could think about doing, guys, I'm sorry, is oh no, we don't want to look at that. Russia, Austria, Ethiopia, the Shoshone, and Brazil would all be angry. That's why the World Congress, I think, could have been better balanced when they made this. Was scholars in residence was the other one to think about. But I have a feeling the AI will propose that. So let me just kind of see where our science situation is real quick. And I'm going to get universities up here pretty soon. Scholars in residence or World's Fair. World's Fair would net me another social policy. That's pretty good, especially since I'm in the Renaissance now. Because I know I can get the silver in World's Fair. You know what? My gut is telling me World's Fair just barely over Scholars in Residence. It's hard to say because I'm so far behind in science that it seems like it would really help me to do Scholars in Residence. I wonder if I will regret proposing World's Fair or not. And that's also something that I had been thinking about for a while, is what am I going to do when the World Congress proposal comes up? What's up here? We might as well scout as much of that out as we can. Can we finish this farm? Not yet. Okay, so let's see. We do have positive gold per turn. It's going to be 6 turns till we can, I guess we'll improve the wheat for now, just to improve something. And that's right, I wanted to bring this archer back, so let's do that. We get double movement on hills because of Mount Kilimanjaro. Everything's looking fine this turn. We do have another trade route available whenever that should happen. Let me check, make sure I'm still keeping all my tiles assigned, as we're growing so fast. And oh, you know what? That's where I need to bring my workers next. Is over to these tiles here to improve them. Yeah, really. That's what I need to do. Luckily, Paris is growing so quickly anyway. Let's see. Okay, let's make a decision, right? I'll stop clicking back and forth. So 7 turns and 5 for a university. What happens if I work the workshop? It's then 8 turns and 4 for a university. You know, and I would get some points towards a great engineer. At the same time, again, I kind of have this feeling that just continuing to work the growth is probably the way. I'm not sure. It's only 1 turn difference, and you get the university 1 turn faster. Which gets our science up much quicker. You know, what are we gonna get? You know what, guys? I think what we'll do, actually, we really do want to get scientifically. Let's go ahead and work the workshop and get that university out. That's what I'm gonna do with that citizen. Yeah, and this is why, the other reason. So Russia, Austria are both pleased with my proposal to the World Congress. And that's the thing, is usually most, if not all, of the civilizations will be pleased with you for that proposal. So a deal where we provided whales for silk is over with Haile Selassie. And now, of course, oh, is this marble? Does she have whales? Maybe she does not. I only apparently have 1 copy, I think, which makes sense. I was probably doing, I was doing a 1-to-1. Here, let's see, guys. We need citrus, but we're gonna get that. I need furs or marble, or yeah, marble or furs for King Day. Marble, furs, or citrus. Can I trade my copy of whales? Oh, and does any city-state want me to have whales? That's a question. No, but one does want me to have marble. Can I trade my whales for this marble? Oh wait, whoops, sorry, wrong. There we go. Maria Teresa, whales, marble, yes please. Look at that. Okay, that's gonna be very good. That'll give us a King Day and make a city-state happy. And that's all good stuff, right? Let's complete this farm. Let's try to get this guy back. What's the quickest way back? This is to follow the road. Look, yeah, we can bring him. And then 1 more tile, yippee. And you can scout more of Ethiopia. We're starting to get even more of a sense of that land. And we're gonna have to I want to get my dang trireme back. I don't really want to delete him. Let's see, can he do me some good? That's the question. That's what we really need to answer. For instance, is there a connection right here? Let me just look over the map here and kind of decide. I think the trireme can do me some good, guys. But how many open borders would I have to get? I'd have to get eventually through... Okay, we're going to do it 1 more time. I know I said I was going to delete it. I know. But you know what? Alright. I want to use my trireme, dang it. Isn't that... Wait, why can't I go... Am I doing... Is that... That is who we... Yeah? Bye. Didn't I just pay him for open borders? Or am I out of... Oh, I only have 1 movement plan. I did that last video as well. Okay, we're good. Next turn. Next turn, yeah. Look, and the Shoshone are happy with our proposal. Everyone's happy with our proposal. Right? Well, at least 3 are so far. So, because we got that marble, Troyes has a We Love the King Day. And it was connected for Byblos, which is great. They have a faith quest, which we're not going to get. Ethiopia and Russia have signed a research agreement. Okay, and a university is now done in Orleans. So what I need to think about here... so university is great. I mean, that's going to really help our science production. I really need to fix both. Let's go with a market. I want a lighthouse, but I want a market. I want to get my economy going at the same. And I also need to think about my artist guild. And do I want to separate which cities, you know, have... I mean, Paris is growing very quickly. So, do we want to put our guilds in separate cities? Or do we want to keep them all in one? I'm going to start with a market, I think. Yeah, oh, and also, that's right, now that we have the university slots, as soon as we can, we want to... I don't think it's time yet. Yeah, it's definitely not. Definitely not time yet. And if it's not time yet to work a university slot, it's not time to worry about guild slots as well. So with that in mind, I think building a market, trying to get our economy straightened out is the right thing to do. Why am I... Oh, that's right. I know why. That's a logical thing to do. But now we can switch over to that tile while we finish the mine and get some more growth. Yes, let's go to this stone and complete a quarry. We want to continue to move the archer back. And scout Ethiopia. There's Russia, another nation that I'll need open borders with eventually. Okay. How long? Okay. Yeah, take a sip of coffee here. Okie dokie. Where are we at? What are we doing? What are we doing? Well, let's hit next turn. Let's start there. Also, Troyes has a... We love the King Day from the marble now, so we need to keep that in mind. Maybe I need to start thinking about moving stuff around there. A settler will be done. Okay. You know, everyone is friends this game. It's really kind of wild, which I'm not opposed to. Again, given my my territory, you know, I don't want anyone to come invading me because I don't have a lot of great resources to stop them. Okay, let's move this settler out. Move that settler out. We're doing it. We're gonna go settle that little island. Move our scout. Also, yeah, they want us to find a natural wonder. Pedro's in the Renaissance. The Shoshone and Brazil have made a strong public declaration of friendship. Let's look at the demographics here. So we can see Austria is starting to climb in the demographics. I apologize for not showing them earlier, and they are rather interesting. And earlier, in fact, Siam still is not doing too great. So, but earlier there were a couple different leaders around here. But now we have population, Austria being in the lead and myself being the worst. Although I've been in worse positions, I will say, surprisingly. I think the cargo ships are helping. The King Days are helping. Just some good fortune is helping. And crop yield being 5th. Again, I've been in worse position. Polynesia is actually last in crop yield. Manufactured goods, which is your amount of production, we're 6th. Austria is 1st in that as well. So that's scary. When you're 1st in population, crop yield, and manufactured goods, that means you're the best civilization. And then currently, and then Brazil is last. Sorry. Gold per turn. Russia is in 1st. We are in last right now. Hopefully we can change that soon. Land, we're in 5th. The Shoshone are in 1st. That's not too surprising. Polynesia is in last. Soldiers, the Zulu are in 1st. No surprise we're in last, but again, I've actually been worse. Approval, we're 2nd to last, but that's no surprise. Russia's in 1st. The deity AI is crazy. The Shoshone are surprisingly lower than us, so hey, I'm not going to complain about that. And then literacy-wise, we're trying to keep pace, and we're not doing too bad. I mean, we're only 3% off the average, and Ethiopia only has 42%, so I don't think there's been any real science powerhouses this game. Okay, we need to get the university going now, but also need to reassign these tiles now that we're done. Done with that, so let me just kind of... This looks fine, actually. Oh, you know what, though? So let's see. Oh, in fact, right now we would be starving, which we definitely can't have. Right? Definitely can't have. And we also can't grow in 60 turns, so we're going to have to fix our economy. I can see that. And let's see. Sorry, guys, but we got to start moving things around here to make sure that this city can still grow at a reasonable pace. 12 turns, 5 turns. That's pretty good, I think. I think this is all looking quite fine. Troyes is at 10 population, which is pretty funny, actually. I mean, feels like it shouldn't be that way. I mean, but once we get, it'll be working a lot of specialist slots, hopefully. New research agreement. Polynesia and Ethiopia signed. Man, I feel like Ethiopia signed a lot of gosh darn research agreements, which is really troubling. That hill is done, which is fantastic. And then that quarter will be done soon. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, now what I want to do with this worker here is bring him over. I want to bring him over to those grassland tiles to improve, so we can spread the love of growth between Paris and Lyon. And same with this worker here, right? What's this guy doing? I don't know. Oh, here, you can complete that farm. That'll also be good, actually. Yeah, so things are starting to come together a little bit. Yeah, and then you will just go in the city center. We'll move him along the road next turn. Okay, we're going to start moving this guy towards Citrus Island there. And keep our scout, our archer. Whoops, I didn't mean, I'll have to take that back off. Didn't mean to pre-move him. Oops. Almost feels like, you know, sorry, it's our archer. Like there's something I'm forgetting. But I don't think so. I just think we're in a relatively peaceful time right now, and the layout of the map definitely helps with that. Also, let's check our spy now that we've stolen. Okay, and we'll be able to steal hopefully another technology in 15 turns. So, which is great. Let's see. Our university slots are also available, which is, all this stuff is good, you know. Let's see if we start working this slot. And we have plus 20 food, so there's no doubt that we are in a position to do that. What happens if I take... That delays our growth. What if I take from, like, this wine tile? More gold per turn lost, but actually, I think I could move, let's see, this workshop over here. That's going to help with some of our gold loss. I think this will be a fine arrangement of tiles for Paris. And so yeah, Paris is now starting to... I want to get my Writers Guild up, you know. I want to get my Writers Guild, especially if we're going to have World's Fair, and then get my Artist Guilds going, and then markets. I keep saying economy. I'm really pushing it right now as far as the economy goes. Russia and Polynesia are friends, and I saw Maria Theresa's completed Leaning Tower. Haile Selassie is happy that we proposed World's Fair. Woohoo! Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy, but I want more. Samarkand's in awe of me. Why? I don't even... Why are they in awe of me? What did I do? What did I do? Because... Okay. So, they are happy because we have surpassed... We have gained the most technologies. We have researched the most technologies since they introduced this quest. That's good. They're a mercantile city-state. We'll get a little more happiness from them. We're only friends for 10 turns, so... but nevertheless, that's nice, especially when you're not even thinking about it. I guess I'll wait a turn as to not... Well, no. I want to get my trireme back as quick as possible. If we gotta make them mad, we gotta make them mad. Let's get our workers over to these grassland tiles. I definitely want to improve them. That's fine. And over here... let's see, I'm just, man, everything's growing so fast, which is great. I mean, it's not a bad problem to have whatsoever, right? I mean, but, gotta keep up when you're locking your own tiles, that's for sure. I feel pretty good about where all of this is at. I think I've kept my manual specialist control, hopefully. Okay, sorry guys, let me just, yeah, okay, everything's looking groovy, right? We've discovered machinery. Tours want silk. Samarkand likes, yep, and Maria Theresa's completed a Leaning Tower. Russia and Polynesia are friends. Even Russia's friends with everybody in this game. So originally I was going to, I guess, for printing press with the idea of trying to get that extra delegate in the World Congress, but it doesn't seem that is worthwhile, I guess. So I really got to think about what am I doing here. I just gained the most technologies, which is pretty funny. It shouldn't be that way, you know. So with that in mind, one possibility would be to go like compass and then maybe steal something like astronomy and go to navigation for frigates. Acoustics, well, Sistine Chapel I'm pretty sure has already been built. We could get the Musicians Guild. Again, we are France, but it's like it's not really benefiting us. Granted, we are catching up, excuse me, in I think I'm going to go with physics. I think physics is the logical way to go here. I think I need to continue on the scientific path and steal compass and hopefully astronomy, get to navigation, still try to use frigates on the Shoshone, but currently I'm catching the other civilizations scientifically. So let's explore here and then go on land. And with our worker, I want that iron tile. Oh, I've already used that turn. Where can we put our worker, guys? What can we do with our worker? Gosh darn it. Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to improve this with a query. And then I want to bring our settler. Which way is the fastest way? It says I can go this way. Okay, interesting. And you go here. This cannon is blocking my way. We'll just embark and get back on our side. It's nice to have that vision, but they really don't have much of a military. Wondering if going frigates is the move or not. I just feel like hopefully we can steal those technologies. Yes, let us be friends. I agree with that. So we're friends with the Austrians. Kamehameha wants to give us open borders, and our trireme is possibly going back that way. I am not opposed, except for I don't want him to settle a stinking city. Although he can... Nope, I'm not going to do it yet. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to do it. Tours has grown. Yep, let's assign these tiles. I think these are all pretty safe. 1, 2, 3, 15 turns, so a granary and 4, yeah. Yep, that's the way to go. And then Declaration with Ethiopia has run its course, so let's continue that. Ethiopia, yeah. So discuss, shall we? Yes, we shall. Very cool. And spices for incense with Pedro has ended. Let's see what luxuries are out there. Oh, silk, which I believe. I wonder if we're already trading or if he already has incense. I can't remember. Citrus. King Day is going on in Troy's. Didn't one of our silk in Tours. Okay, so silk would be the move, or furs if anyone has it. Can I trade you in? Nope, I didn't think so. Okay, so which one was it? Pedro that ended, and he looks like he doesn't have a second copy of spices anymore.
Hola?
What happened? Did one of his tiles get Hey, you want to trade me for your silk? No? And Haile Selassie, you... Oh, I guess I could still trade my one copy of something for his... Right, I've done that before. I mean, there's no... And then I could think about selling my incense for gold per turn. I'm surprised. I don't know why or how I lost that trade with him. That's too bad. Well, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, with Haile Selassie, I'm going to offer him a wine for silk. Okay. And then I could trade that incense. I think I'm going to keep it for a couple of turns to see if I can't trade it for some more happiness. So that's what I'm going to do. And then this gentleman here can make a farm, and he can move to that tile and he'll make a farm. This settler will continue his path towards that citrus island there, and our archer will come home on the next turn. Our trireme, let's go out this way, see what we can see. Okay. And I'll send our scout back into the ocean. We're trespassing in Hong Kong, and the merchants of Urs want citrus. Well, we're going for citrus, so don't you worry about that. Hopefully we have, are working decent tiles. It seems like it. We sure are growing fast. So next turn. You're glad that we're friends with Ethiopia. Good. Good. Well, I'm glad too of that. Oh, you'll give me 5 horses for incense? Wow, that's so nice, Shaka. I could trade him for some gold per turn right now. I wonder, which could potentially be helpful. And you know what? No, let's wait. Let's be patient a little bit here. See, he'll actually give me a lump sum eventually. And Polynesia's happy that we're friends with Ethiopia. That's fantastic. Cahokia looks elsewhere probably for something. Let's see. Faith, yeah. Exactly. Tours loves the king because we obtained silk, so that's great. We'll continue our trireme's journey home, as well as our... Oops, that's okay. That is the tile I wanted to go to anyway. And farm for the worker. Settler will continue his journey towards Citrus Island. And let's bring our archer back. And we need to choose what to do. Okay, we have a market. Wow, yeah, see, I really need to get, I keep saying this, need to get my economy situated. I also want my artist guild eventually, although it's almost looking like Troy's is maybe going to be the place to put an artist guild. That might actually be smarter. Again, Troy's is, oh, see, look, and Troy's even grew. It's growing very quickly, which is kind of funny and odd. Anyway, so let's just see here. 7 and 8. What was I talking about? Oh, my economy. That's right. And my artist guild. Kind of thinking the artist guild might go in Troy's, in which case I need a lighthouse. That'll help, even though it's just for 1 tile. It's gonna give me more gold and production, allow for a seaport later on. I could continue to... and also, you know what? A cargo ship. That's what we really want. We want a cargo ship, gosh darn it. That'll help us out. And that's going to help us out. We'll grow. Orleans will also grow next turn. I feel like we're going really fast. I got to make sure I have the happiness for all of this. I should really have paid attention before hitting next turn. And I apologize. I didn't even read. I clicked so fast. I think they were happy with our proposal to being friends. So, or World's Fair, I apologize, World's Fair. Okay, we're gonna bring our archer back. This is all ocean, so we gotta come back this way now. Here, we'll scout out this little bit of land. And we'll bring our settler. Bring our settler over towards Settler Island. Citrus Island, sorry. Ethiopia and Russia are friends. Everyone's friends. something's got to happen, you know? I have no idea where I stand in relation to the other civilizations right now, except for by score, by technology, which, I mean, they're kicking butt. 136 from technology, and I have 116. So I'm really, though, Austria being the leader. Austria is still the leader, I assume. Oh, literacy. Looks like Ethiopia is the leader in literacy. Ethiopia is the leader. Let's see. How much? They have 140. I'm at 116. Oh, that's pretty far behind, isn't it? That's like 6, 18. That's still 6 technologies behind. So, yeah. What turn are we on? 149? Okay. Oh, also this city grew. Let's make sure it's working. Yep, that's the title we want it to work. We do have university slots. We'll probably be able to start working those here coming next turn, I'm thinking. Sorry, not next turn, but also, let me just take a look. So this would make 16 turns in a progress ship in 5, or if we work the jungle tile, know that we have a university still. Yep, and we'll get more science out of that jungle tile. So let's work the jungle. Move this scout. Oh yeah, I pre-moved in 1 turn. Okay, for one move, next turn. Okay, so Ethiopia is happy that we're friends with Russia. Yippee. Everyone's so happy. It's pretty wild, actually. We gotta upset the order. Cities we all like to visit. So now Vienna has 10 tourism, followed by Rio de Janeiro with 8, Moscow with 8, Addis Ababa with 4, Mosunkani with 4, Yakutsk with 2, Burundi with 2, and Honolulu with 2. We don't have any tourism, of course. In fact, we haven't. Yeah, we don't have any great people. We haven't made a great artist yet. So now, I am thinking, though, I do need to go to printing press because I need the zoo. I'm going to need a zoo for happiness. In fact, we're down to 1 happiness. So let's think about that. What are we going to do about that exactly? As I've said in my last videos, I really don't like being unhappy. Who does? But me, no good. Yep, and I want to continue, though, sending food to Paris. I want Paris to continue to grow, and it is growing very nicely. Okay, this archer is back home. Let's put it on this hill for now. I wonder if that Ethiopian missionary will spread something good to us, or Shoshone, the Protestantism, it sucks. It's not that great of a religion, except for the +2 happiness I get from the garden. Here, let's see. So I only have 1 happiness. Is any city growing next turn? No, it's not. Also, here, let's actually, do we need to reassign? Not yet. The granary will be done next turn. We could work on this stone. Yeah, actually, let's work the stone. I bet the granary, yep, the stone is much better to work. Okay, so nobody's growing, and then we do have a citizen that needs to be assigned. That's fine. Those farms will be online soon. 7 and 6, 11 and 3. I think we have all these guys assigned. That's all good. And Orleans, we have everybody assigned. So let's next turn. Oh, you're happy. Man, thanks for letting me know. Everybody just keeps letting me know that they're all happy, that we're all friends. You know, I get it. And I'm also pleased with that situation, but do we have to tell each other every single turn? Can we just, you know, isn't it enough that we're friends? I guess now, so I'm thinking, do I want to go this way and try to uncover, let's see, yeah, and go south of Polynesia. That's probably the move. I could bring my trireme back home, and I would get a little bit of vision right here. Sorry, I'm kind of moving around a lot, aren't I? I'd get some vision along the coast of Timuok, which is actually pretty important, though. If I'm going to go to war with them later, this might be my best opportunity to do that. Is there, though? Let me make sure. Is there connecting? I don't think there's connecting No, see, I would have wasted all that time. I think this ocean tile right here disconnects these two coasts. Maybe up here. Maybe up here. Do I risk it? I think I want to do more scouting with my trireme. But I also do want to know. You know what? I do want to know what the Shoshone territory looks like. I do. In terms of the coastline. Okay, that's all ocean. That was kind of a silly move. I got a little impatient there. Not gonna lie. So, this cargo ship could possibly go to Orleans now. I mean, this city is doing pretty. It has plus 15 food right now. That's without the cargo ship. Here we have plus 4 food. That's pretty wild. So I'm kind of tempted to send it to Orleans, or actually probably to Tours for a while, maybe to let it grow, since there's hardly any growth available. But with that being said, on the flip side, I don't have a lot of happiness to work with. I need to get that situated before I can really think about growing my cities anymore. So that makes me wonder if I should send my cargo ship for production. Let me check the time here. I have a feeling that we're at about an hour, and this is probably going to be a good time. I hear the church playing its song. It's Fur-Elise is what it's playing. Look at that, an hour and 11 minutes. That's, yep, okay, too long. My bad. Alrighty, well, shoot. Okay, well, this is the end of this episode. We've kind of just, it looks like, yeah, we just completed our workshops in universities. For instance, in our capital here, you see, we completed our Writers Guild. So we are getting key infrastructure, that being workshops, universities, and guilds. That's really what we're up to. We have a ton, which is funny that we have all this growth because of the land, but I mean the power of cargo ships and the power also of utilizing tiles. But the end game is, I wouldn't say approaching, but around the corner. We're at pretty much exactly the halfway mark of the game here, maybe a little bit less than halfway. But what I am most worried about is late game and end game growth and production. So it'll be curious to see how this pans out. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.